Havoc is a new combat card game. In Havoc, you take on the role of a knight, barbarian, or warrior locked in deadly hand-to-hand combat. All told, in the full set of Havoc, you get 864 poker-sized cards. Over 90% of these cards have full-color art. You also get tokens, rulebooks, dice, and 2 playmats. This video will take a look at the cards in the box and some of the other Havoc components. Let's start with what you're playing in Havoc. There's a card for each class of Havoc fighter: Knight and Barbarian, Rogue and Citizen, and the Warrior. Everything you need to play is printed on the cards. With Havoc's Archetype cards, you can reenact matchups from the Bronze Age, the Dark Ages, or the High Middle Ages. Havoc comes with over 30 archetypes that provide all the information you need to get up and running. Maybe you like gladiators. Havoc has gladiators. Havoc has archetypes for the ancient world like an Egyptian charioteer, an Assyrian warrior, a Spartan hoplite, or a Roman centurion. And of course, Havoc has knights, Vikings, Mamelukes, and other medieval fighters. Havoc also has cards for fantasy foes and beasts, like minotaurs, wights, trolls, and dragons. Every fighter needs a weapon. Havoc has cards for melee weapons, missile weapons, and natural weapons for animals and monsters. The melee weapons are all weapons used from ancient to medieval times. You can use different types of swords, or a war axe. There are smashing weapons like the mace and the flail, and of course, spears, halberds, and pikes. Weapon cards give you all the game information you need to play, like the type and number of combat action cards you can have in your deck, weapon speed and length, and of course, damage. For missile weapons, you can use anything from a thrown rock to a crossbow. There's also a card for fire breath, in case you're fighting a dragon, or in case you're fighting as a dragon. And there are cards for natural weapons. Ancient and medieval fighters wore armor, so naturally Havoc has armor cards. Every armor card has a historically accurate illustration and all the information needed to play. When you play Havoc, you use cards to show how you fight, both your footwork and your combat actions like slash, cut, or shield parry. You use Havoc's green-backed combat action cards to build your decks. Combat action cards make up more than half the cards in the full set. 485 cards, to be exact. You draw combat action cards from your deck during a fight. There are 3 main types of combat action cards: attacks, defenses, and pauses. The cards all have color-coded faces to make it easy for you to play. Attacks are red, defenses are blue, and pauses are green. You have different cards for different types of attack: slash, cut, thrust, smash, great blow, and ferocious blow. And there are different cards for different defenses, like shield parry, blade parry, haft parry, and dodge. A pause means you don't attack or defend. And there are advanced versions of attacks and defenses for better fighters. Havoc also uses cards to show serious combat effects, like wounds and bash. Wounds range in severity, and the effects vary from wound to wound. Again, all the information you need to play is on the card. Besides getting wounded, you can get knocked down. Havoc calls that a bash. And there are other cards and tokens in the set. For example, ability cards help you spice up your fights. Body and fatigue tokens track the damage you take. So those are the main cards that come in the box. Besides the 864 cards, you get 2 playmats, the rules, tuck boxes for holding the cards, and the dice you need to play. Special rubber playmats like these are also available as extras with higher Kickstarter support. And there you have it, everything you need to try Havoc. And let's slip the dogs of war.